I want to say thank you very much, Aaron. And on behalf of the Sickle Cell Anemia Foundation of Dallas, we thank each and every one of you for coming out this evening to share in this extravaganza. What is sickle cell anemia? Sickle cell anemia is an inherited blood disorder. Inherited, which means that it comes from the genes of your mother and father. In each of our bodies, we have red blood cells, and the red blood cells are round. That is how oxygen is transmitted. Through the transmission of the oxygen, one is able to use the parts of their body. But a person with sickle cell anemia, instead of the blood cells remaining round, it has a half-moon shape. It collapses. Now, many people say, well, what does that mean to the body? Just imagine taking a toothache pain, multiplying that 3 or 4 times, then carrying that pain throughout your entire body, not just for one day, but 3 or 4, non-stop. That is the pain that one goes through with sickle cell anemia. Sickle cell anemia originated in Africa and in the southern Mediterranean area. And many people say that it only affects blacks, and that is incorrect. Yes, 1 out of 600 black Americans have the disease. 1 out of 12 black Americans have the trait. The efforts here today would allow our foundation to go forth. Many people in the room right now, if you had the disease, you would have known it. But the importance of tonight's activity is just this, to find out if you're a trait carrier. As I told you, 1 out of 12 have the trait. This disease is not detected unless you're tested. Now, many people say that I've gone to the doctor and I've taken many blood tests, but unless you request a sickle cell anemia test, you will not know if you carry the trait. The outcome of a trait carrier is this, that if they mate with another person with the trait, there's a 1 to 4 chance the child will have the disease. There's a 2 to 4 chance the child will carry the trait. And then, of course, it's that 1 to 4 the child will be normal. Would you like to bring a child into the world with the possibility of knowing the child won't live the normal expectancy you and I are given? Would you like to go through the trauma of having a child through many endless nights crying out for help, and yet there's nothing you can do? There is no cure for sickle cell anemia. The treatment is only pain medication and other mild relaxers. Mothers, would you like to have a child in your lap crying for help and the doctor says, there's nothing I can do? Fathers, would you like to have a child knowing that he cannot exercise and do all the things that a little boy wants to do? Do you want to bring a child like that into the world? Unless you are tested, you will never know that you have the trait. I hope this evening, is where I come from in Chicago, we say, run and tell that. I hope this evening that something I've said to you will strike home. Remember, it takes one person to be tested to determine if you have the trait. Because you remember the trait is inherited. That means it's in your family bloodline. And unless you're tested, you will never open up that door for the others to be tested. Senior citizens, you may be the one that needs to open that door. Little children may need be the one to open that door. The state of Texas has stated that since 1983, all children will be tested. Parents, if your child is born after 83, you need to find out. Take the time out to get tested. Because if we want to give our next generation a fighting chance, today we need to be part of those that are tested. At this time now, I'd like to introduce to you someone, Frederick Douglass Stevenson. As I told you, our foundation, and maybe I haven't, we're located in the Wynwood Shopping Center. Right now, many children, more than ever, are dying from this dreadful disease. And the reason being because of the education that is being taught and shared, but the parents aren't heeding this. Many of you may have read several weeks ago that a 17-year-old passed away because of a triple heart attack. 17 years old. It can strike your family. Don't wait until it hits home for you to say, I need to be tested. We have free testing and free educational services. If you would like for us to come to your location, we'll do so. But remember, our children is our future. Take the time out to be tested. At this time now, I'd like to introduce to you our 1990 poster child, Mr. Frederick Douglass Stevenson.
My name is Frederick Stevenson. I am 8 years old. I'm the 1990 poster child for the Sickle Cell Anemia Foundation of Dallas. Please help support the Sickle Cell Anemia Foundation. Please get tested for sickle cell anemia.
So on behalf of the Sickle Cell Anemia Board of Directors, its staff, we would like to thank the merchants, the models, and each and every one of you here this evening. I know you came out for extravaganza and you're receiving so, but hopefully you came out for an education that you can take back home. Because remember, we're all part of the problem unless we get tested. Thank you very much.